Mark, get set, go. It sat me down, didn't it? Should have been on your mark, get set, no.
Coach Clay here. Today, I want to turn the channel over to some clips of Kevin Hart. About a month ago, he was injured racing a former NFL running back in a 40-yard dash. His retelling of the event and the injury is tragically hilarious. He's a comedian, super funny. The injuries he sustained were super real and pretty serious.
Ladies and gentlemen, the age 40 is real. Respect that age. I tried to go out there and do some young man stuff, and I was told to sit my ass down.
He's on the road to recovery. He's back to walking, and it looks like he'll be back to 100%. What does his injury and his racing have to do with baseball and softball? Well, I'm here to tell you, when we're parents and coaches, we're looking for every opportunity to excite our kids about the sport, to keep them motivated and working and just having a great time when they're at practice and games. One of the best times you can have at practice with your young team is to have the parents versus kids baseball game. The kids, especially if they're 8, 9, 10, 11, they love this. A lot of the kids have never really seen their parents compete or play sports. All they know is their parents drive them around and support them from the bleachers. Being able to get out on the field and compete against our kids thrills them. And just getting to see the parents out there taking part is really exciting and keeps the kids motivating. So I highly recommend the parent-player games. The recommendation does come with some very dire warnings. The warning is, for parents, this parent-player game can cause serious injury if not approached in the right way. You're going to hear Kevin Hart talking about running at 100% full speed.
When's the last time that you have run an all-out sprint? Lip biting. I'm talking that lip biting run. Hands like this. Everything's swollen. Balls done got big as hell. Balls look like my fists.
I always advise my parents, whenever taking the field, never go 100%, because it is something that none of us do on a regular basis, and most of us haven't done in a decade or more. When I take part in practices with my kids, I'm always aware and I'm always keeping my energy output around 75%. Now, some of you are not as in good a shape. You guys maybe need to think about keeping that energy level down to about 50%, because the adrenaline, the excitement's going to take over. And if you hit that ball and head to first, your instinct's going to be to go as hard as you can. And I've seen parents pull quad muscles, snap Achilles, even hit bags at awkward angles and break bones. So play these games, get out there with your kids, do it, but do it with the understanding that you're going to keep things at 50 to 75%. And if anything comes up that you have not done, really think hard about if you can do it and how hard you can approach it. Kevin Hart's reaction to his injury and the events leading up to it are funny and sad. And at one point in his immediate retelling, he talks about never doing that again. In my heart, as a coach, I want to get with Kevin and tell him it may be a long road to recovery, but if he likes racing, if he likes playing ball, I don't like to hear him say he's never going to do that again. I know that's coming right at the heels of this injury, and he's in a wheelchair and he's got a long road to recovery, but I would hope, given some time, and as he recovers, that he will strive to do this again, but do it again safely. Now, if the player versus parent game is on the schedule, hey, maybe show up 20, 30 minutes early and get some stretching in, get some light movement in, at least decrease the chances of injury.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And head over to Instagram. Follow Kevin Hart for real. That's where these clips came from. Keep up with his recovery. We'll See you down the road.